After over 3 weeks on vacation in the German Alps, the crew of U-37 returned to the port of Wilhelmshaven and began preparing the boat to set sail out of port for our next war patrol. Command had informed us that they were proud of our earlier successes thus far into the war, and were confident that if the war continued at this pace, the British wouldn't have the stomach to continue to fight and would soon sue for peace, and just maybe the war would be over by Christmas. No doubt, our previous engagements have done great work at destroying the British war effort and supply lines. Late in the evening of October the 28th, 1939, U-37 set sail out of Wilhelmshaven to begin our next patrol. As we set sail, the captain read out our orders to the crew. Command has tasked us with crossing the English Channel, which is packed full of Royal Navy ships, and sail for the coast of Ireland to drop off a spy in a repeat of our previous patrol, except this time we're to drop off our agent on the western coast of Ireland. Needless to say, the crew isn't as enthusiastic this time around as they were on our previous outing. The enemy had learned of our operation while just off the coast last time, and had sent patrols of warships and aircraft to hunt us down, which we narrowly escaped last time. No doubt they would expect and be looking out for something similar now. Nevertheless, orders have come down from on high, and we had no aspirations to disobey our orders. For now, we just have to keep faith that this mission will be an important factor in us winning the war and would earn us the right to return home. Alrighty guys, it is starting to get dark now as we enter the channel here. We are coming up to the mouth of the channel right now. It is currently about 17:30 hours and it is dark out. We were moving to try and intercept that freighter. We got a report from U-30 of a lone ship. It said they were traveling on a southern course, but we went pretty close to the coast, did multiple hydrophone checks, and we did not pick up anything. So believe they may have shifted course. They might have just been sailing towards the coast, and then I believe they shifted course up here towards the north. So unfortunately we were not able to intercept them. However, we are currently entering the mouth of the channel now as we speak. So we'll see you guys whenever we come across anything in the channel or whenever we reach the other side. Alrighty guys, so we have a little development here. If we look off to our starboard bow, we have what looks like columns of smoke on the horizon. Looks like a possible convoy. We're going to turn now to see if maybe we could possibly intercept. We are right here in the mouth of the channel. So let me get an echo sound of reading. Can I get a reading of what the depth is in this area roughly? I know it's going to be shallow, but I would like to see if I can get an idea of what the depth here is. Please and thank you. Maybe. Can I get a reading? 31 meters. Oh. Ooh. Not much room to play with at all here. Let's see, definitely a convoy right here. Look at that. Look at all those ships. I don't know, we could possibly do a surface attack. That's really our only option, is do a surface attack from some distance. I don't really want to get too close, as obviously we do not have much room to play with from the seafloor. However, that's what we're gonna do. All right, change course a little bit more. We're gonna try and get at least a little bit in front of them. We are not going to be able to maneuver directly in front of them. I don't think they're hugging the coastline pretty good right now. So I don't believe we're going to be able to get away in front of them really. And yeah, we don't have much depth to play with here at all. Let me go ahead and get a status on our torpedoes. We are going to have to start prepping them soon. But yeah, we're going to move in, see if maybe we can possibly do a surface attack while it is still dark out. I mean, it's currently 2000 hours, excuse me, exactly. So we do still have a few hours of darkness to play with. So we're gonna try and move in a little bit here, see if we can possibly conduct a surface attack on these guys. So I will see you shortly. Alrighty guys, here we are. Definitely a convoy in sight. I can make out a tanker right there. Multiple freighters. Seen a couple escort ships in the front. Lots of freighters here. And a couple more warships bringing up the rear and the flank of the convoy. Okay. All right, Lamp, please start prepping torpedoes. Thank you. And slow down. I don't know if we're going to be able to. Oh yeah. There we go. And the coastline loaded in right there. I really don't like the idea of doing this engagement so close to the coastline, and we really do not have much depth to play with at all here. I mean, yeah. See, the coastline is finally loaded in. They are right up against the coastline. I really want to attack this convoy, but we are really not in the best of position here to do so. I mean, we are a large U-boat right up against the coast. I don't know. And it is nice and clear out, so visibility is pretty good. We do have the moon out behind us too, which could potentially silhouette us to the convoy. I think we are going to let's begin reversing. Begin reversing. I believe we are going to disengage from this. Like I said, we really need to get in nice and close, but we have escort ship right here. We're not in the best of position to engage right now. Darn. That really sucks. I said, and you make out a Corvette right here and a tanker right here leading the merchant ships, and a whole ton of freighters out here. There's another escort ship there, and then one close to us. We may possibly, there's another one back here. Yeah, I really don't like the idea of raiding. If we were in a Type 7, a smaller U-boat, maybe, but us being in a Type 9, I don't like the idea of raiding. We are not nearly as maneuverable as the Type 7, and we are much larger boat, so our sonar signature is decently bigger than the Type 7. So for all of those reasons listed, we are going to disengage. We're not going to engage this convoy. We're going to reverse out of here a nice little distance and turn away from this convoy and continue. Our primary objective, of course, is to land an agent over here off of the western coast of Ireland. So over here at Brandon Bay. So that is our primary objective. I think we are going to complete that before we do anything else and try not to jeopardize this mission. So we're going to back out of here and steer course around them and try and make our way through the channel. So I will see you guys shortly. Aircraft spotted. Dive. Crash dive. Dive the boat. Come on. Close the bulkheads. Come on, guys. Come on. Steer course. Come left. 220. Well, they definitely spotted us, that's for sure.
Aktuelle Tiefe 25 Meter.
Alrighty, guys, so we just dove the boat. We got depth charged by an enemy aircraft, I believe it was a Contreras that was spotted. They managed to get pretty close to us before the crew managed to spot them, so they were able to come in and drop depth charges on us, but depth charges were too shallow. Thankfully, we were able to dive in time before they were really able to hit us. So we are currently at a depth of about 50 meters. We got about 30 meters, 30 to 35 meters to play with below us. I believe we're going to steer course away from off of our original course, and we're going to stay submerged for a while. We're going to stay submerged until nighttime. So we only have a few hours left really until it starts to get dark out. So we are going to stay submerged and just sit on the bottom and wait for nighttime. Believe that is the best course of action to do. So obviously there's no need to surface and try and have a fight with the aircraft. That is a losing fight really. So we're going to do hydrophone checks and listen out for ships patrolling around us and just sit on the bottom until nightfall. So I will see you guys then. Alrighty guys, so we are currently at periscope depth. We have been submerged and just sat on the bottom for a couple of hours now, and as the sun sets we've come up to a periscope depth to do a scan, see if we can see any ships or aircraft on the horizon before we surface. And I've just been informed that we received a report from BDU, or a report coming from BDU was interrupted. So bring up the UI here. We are going to have our officers drop the periscopes for now, and we will have them come off of their stations as we do not need them there. And there we go. And surface the boat. We'll surface the boat and see if we can get our radio operator on the radio to start. See if they can in fact receive that transmission from BDU. So it said it was interrupted, so we're going to see if we can actually receive that report from BDU. Hopefully we can. And we've risen to the surface. There we go. And diesel engines have fired up, and we are on the move yet again. All right, let's see. Let's open the ventilation system to try and help with getting air to move for the crew. Go ahead and fill our air quality all the way up. There we go. So, radio operator, please get on the radio. Transmission lost. Transmission from BDU. Incoming transmission. Okay, so we are receiving a weather forecast from BDU, it looks like. There we go. Go ahead and send this report. Oh, we'll wait till we get the weather report and then send this report of aircraft spotted off to BDU. And speed this up a little bit. Transmission was interrupted. Oh, must have a weak signal for some reason. All right, go ahead and send this report off to BDU, please. That really sucks that we couldn't get that report. But irregardless, you can come off of the radio and go back to resting. So we have, oops, excuse me. We have surfaced. We're currently at this point right here. The sun is going down, so we will have darkness on us shortly. Go ahead and plot our course all the way out. We should be able to make it most of the way out of the English Channel by the time the sun begins to rise again. Have done hydrophone checks, and we don't really have that any ships close to us. Thankfully, it seems all the ships, seems we had a couple like way out over here and a couple way out over here, but that's about it. So it looks like the path in front of us, at least for now, is clear, so that is good news. But we are going to continue our course, and here shortly, whenever darkness falls, we will make all ahead full for the exit of the channel. So I will see you guys shortly. All right, guys, crew is at alarm. We have a warship right here close, apparently. Let's see. Yep, destroyer right there. Dive, periscope depth. All right, we're going to try and slip by them. We do not want to tussle with these guys right here. If it was a lone ship, maybe, perhaps, but with there being two of them, I really don't want to. Okay, depth under kill is 90 meters, so we have plenty of depth to work with there.
Ja? Herr K9, Sie sind auf Seebohrtiefe. Bootführer und Umblick eingesteuert. Auf E-Motoren wechseln. Ja?
Alrighty, Captain, upscope, please. Yep, destroyer right there. They are moving pretty quick. Looks like we have a Corvette trailing them. Yeah, they are moving pretty quick. I don't know that we'd be able to actually fire a torpedo solution at her. Okay. All right, for now, enable silent running. And we're going to try and slip around these guys, hopefully undetected. Yeah, we don't want to engage them, so we're going to slip around these guys and hopefully we will remain undetected, and then we will carry on with our course. Alrighty guys, so we have officially sailed out of the English Channel and have broken out into the Atlantic. We are currently setting a course for Ireland off the western coast, where we are to drop off our spy. We received a report earlier from another U-boat about a convoy, but they are sailing in between Ireland and the United Kingdom, so they're sailing up in the bay there and sailing away from us, so we were not in a position to be able to run that down. We would never be able to catch them because we are too far away. But we have officially broken out of the channel and are on our way. We will be doing periodic hydrophone checks to see if we can find any ships while we are on our way to Ireland, and if we have any targets of opportunity, we will probably take them. But for now, we are continuing on our primary objective. Had a couple close calls in the channel. Obviously, we got depth charged by enemy aircraft, and we spotted that convoy early on as soon as we entered the channel, but just us being a Type 9 U-boat, when I did an echo sound reading, it come back that we only had about 30 to 40 meters of water where we are, and we weren't even up against the convoy yet. So I decided that it was not in our best interest to attack that convoy at this time, which sucks. That would have been a really nice prize. Maybe in a Type 7 we might could have done it, maybe, as we're more maneuverable and smaller, so we might have been able to fit in there a little bit better. But since we are in a Type 9, I decided not to do that. So we went around them and carried on. Like I said, we got depth charged by enemy aircraft, and then we come across a destroyer and Corvette sailing through the channel, and we evaded them, but we did not run into anything else, thankfully, on our way out. It was smooth sailing, just a couple of smoke columns way off in the distance of warships patrolling, but we were easily able to get around them, no problem. So nothing of note other than that. That is our after action report, I guess you could say. But we are currently setting sail for Ireland to complete our main objective. And like I said, we will be doing periodic hydrophone checks to see if we can detect any ships along the way. And if we have any targets of opportunity, we will probably take them. So I will see you guys later.
45 Meter.
Alrighty guys, so we just dropped down to do a hydrophone check real quick, and as soon as we drop down, our hydrophone operator is reporting a contact off to about 340 to a medium speed closing in. Oh, looks like there's another one there.
Stellung 335 Grad. Anblasen.
Okay, so we are going to change course out here, and we are going to chase down this target. Hopefully this will be a English ship that we can sink, or maybe a neutral freighter that we will board and search, obviously. But we're gonna run this ship down, and I'll see you guys shortly. Alrighty guys, so we had spotted smoke on the horizon, column smoke, and I can clearly make out a freighter way out there off to about 305, 310. Water is crystal clear. It's like glass today, so nice and smooth. Should be able to get pretty easy and accurate readings on this target, but I can definitely make out that is a freighter, and I believe that is going to be an Empire Explorer type freighter. It looks like I can make out 3 masts right there, so that kind of distinguishes it. But we are going to continue to close in on her here. We're just trying to get out in front of her a little bit. I'm gonna shortly start the alarm, and we can see another column of smoke way out there behind that other freighter too. Looks like they are coming towards us as well, so possibly 2 targets here. But we're going to continue to close in, and I will bring the crew up to alarm and start preparing torpedoes here shortly. Alrighty guys, so we are closing in on this freighter now, getting close, just keeping our torpedoes maintained, and we can confirm that she is an English flagged vessel. We have Empire Forest here, and I've already identified her as an Empire Explorer type freighter. We are currently closing in right now. I got my mechanic taking care of all of the torpedoes right now, just making sure they are all good. And I do want to double check what torpedoes I have and which tubes. I have a T2 in tube 1, as well as tube 2 and tube 4, and I have a T1 in tube 3. So we're going to prep to fire 1 torpedo. We're going to fire tube number 1. Active launch lever bridge, of course. We'll leave that there. Alrighty. So this is a target. We're going to be trying to fire close to a kilometer. We are going to be on her starboard side. See, so our angle on bow is roughly 65-ish degrees, somewhere in there. Just call it somewhere in there. We're going to be firing, like I said, close to a kilometer if we can. We are closing in right now to try and get as close as possible. So here we go. I have Pratt. I'm gonna get a little bit closer before I do a speed reading on her, because I wanna slow down as I go to do the speed reading. So here we go. I'll speed up a little bit.
Torpedorohr 5 gewartet.
Alrighty, and slow down, please. Slow ahead.
Fahrt voraus.
There we go. Okay. See if we can't get her speed real quick. And stop. And set.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Gegnerfahrt 9 Knoten.
Alright, so traveling about 8.7 knots. That sounds about right. Okay, go ahead and flood tube number 1, please. Torpedo depth will leave at 4.5 meters. Double check this, make sure. Yeah, I haven't adjusted this. Okay. So let's go ahead and get her distance roughly. It should be around a kilometer, maybe less. Okay, yeah, we'll just call it 850. Set it there, send that. Angle on bow is approximately 80 degrees, somewhere in there. Caught pretty close. There we go. We'll just set it right there.
Aktualisieren. Lage 8-1. Bug rechts.
Actually adjust it a little more. Okay, there we go. All right, tube 1, fire.
Los.
There we go. And torpedo has left the tube and is on her way. We're gonna go ahead and flood, set up for tube 2 just in case, but I don't think, actually no, tube 3, because it is a T1. So go ahead and flood tube 3. Increase speed, torpedo speed to 40 knots. Alrighty guys, there we go. We got a hit directly amidships right about the bridge and had a huge secondary explosion right after the torpedo impacted, and fire has engulfed her decks. A good hit right there, and she's already taken on a sizable list to starboard. We look here because we can see, already seeing the top of her bridge a little bit and funnel. She's taking in a massive amount of water already. Look at how much she's rolling already. I think that is going to be a down freighter right there. We hit it right about the bridge too, right between the bridge and the stack, which is a perfect hit. So I think that secondary explosion could have been her boilers are down there. So she is in trouble. I think this ship is going to go down without a doubt. Alrighty, so I'm going to have our guys go ahead and drain tube 3 because we are not going to need it. I'm going to reset our speed here. Reset everything. There we go. And yeah, we'll just go ahead and unlock from this ship for now. Oh yeah, she's down heavy in the bow too. There we go. We got confirmation the crew is evacuating the ship. Okay. Send you on the radio room. Okay. We'll steer course out here a little bit as we go by her. Looks like the other ship, we may be able to get in a position on her port side. I think since we're already, there's no point in turning around now to be on the starboard side, so I think we're going to maneuver on this ship's port side. But I believe this ship is going to go down right here. We're going to maintain eyes on her for the moment while we maneuver into position on this other ship out here. So we're gonna maneuver out here. And like I said, we will maintain eyes on her. Lamp, I want you to go through all of our torpedoes, buddy. Go through all of them. Actually, go ahead. You know what you can do? You can go ahead and reload tube 1.
Herr Kapitän. Verstanden, Herr Kommandant.
All right, reload tube 1. We will go ahead and put a T1 in there, please, and thank you. Get on that. That way we will have all of our tubes back in action. And yeah, we're going to maintain eyes on this ship as we maneuver into position on this other freighter out here.
Torpedorohr 6, gewartet.
Alrighty guys, so we have maneuvered into position on this other ship, the Watkins F. Nisbet. It is another Empire Explorer type freighter. And how we maneuvered in position, it was best for us to go in on the starboard side. However, we really weren't in the best position by the time we maneuvered to spin around. So we are going to fire these stern torpedo tubes. I have all of my tubes prepped and ready. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to switch this over to parallax mode. Backward, please. Gyro angle receiver stern. And we're going to set up and fire tube number 5. So let's go ahead and we will set this up. Go ahead and flood tube 5, please. And it is a T2 torpedo as well. We'll leave the torpedo depth at 4.5 meters. That seems to work best on freighters. It's about halfway down the keel. So seems to be working pretty good for us thus far. So we will leave it there. We are currently reversing to get a little bit. Oh, sorry. No, we're dead stop right now. Let's begin reversing, try and get a little bit closer to them. There we go. Okay, so we can go ahead and get a rough speed on her. We'll go ahead and do that now. I imagine this one's probably traveling around the same. They were zigzagging for a second. They spotted the torpedo hit, but they have stopped zigzagging. So we will use this to our advantage. Try and get a hit in here before they discover us again. And stop. Alrighty, ship speed 9 knots. There we go, 9.1 knots. So we will have to remember that. Let's see what her distance is roughly to us. About, cruise calling out about 1,300 meters. So yeah, about 1,300. So we're gonna get in a little bit closer. Like I said, we're reversing now. Let's actually increase our reverse speed a little bit, please. I should have done that sooner. They were zigzagging a little bit, so they were originally a little bit closer to us, which is why I had stopped. But since they stopped zigzagging, they kind of slightly changed their course, it looks like. But that's okay. So this is the target. Adjust this, please. Come about 1,200 meters. All right, it's saying about 1,300. So change it about 1,300, please, and thank you. All right, angle on bow is a little greater, probably closer to 85-ish. Yeah, probably a little bit greater than that. Probably we'll go. I wish there was a way you could finite this. Really, we'll just go 87.2. Screw it, it'll be close enough. Range 1,300 meters. Okay, that looks good. Alrighty, tube 5, fire. And there we go. Torpedo has left the tube. Go ahead and we will swing around and increase speed, please.
Halbe Fahrt voraus.
That's why I was wondering why it seemed greater. It's because I didn't put it in reverse. That was stupid of me. But oh well. Increase speed a little bit, please, and thank you. We'll come out here. So the range might be slightly off because of a stupid mistake, but I still think it'll hit. Our angle on bow and all is pretty accurate, I believe. So I think we're still gonna get a hit, but we're gonna swing around just in case. Alrighty guys, we have been sat here watching this ship for quite some time and she's just kind of stuck right there in limbo, it seems like. So we are going to surface the boat and I think we are going to fire a couple of deck gun rounds into her to see if we can't help her sink. So I want my officers to drop the scopes, please and thank you. And like I said, we are going to surface. As we surface here, we are going to get somebody out on the deck gun here and fire some rounds into her. So go ahead and Harold, I want you on the gun, please, and thank you. We'll give you 2 guys to help you as well. And we should have that gun should be fully stocked. Yes, we are stocked with 30 rounds of ammunition. We should not have to fire that much. We should only have to fire a few rounds into her. So give me 10-degree left rudder, please. Oops. That may have technically been a war crime right there. I was not meaning to do that, but just want to fire a few rounds in here, see if we can help her stern section fill up with water. There we go. Alrighty. Well, guys, there we go. We fired a couple of deck gun rounds into her stern section, and it kind of leveled out the ship a little bit. She's sunk down into the water a little bit more, but she's more or less been stable there. But our crew has reported that she has been sunk. So we will send that report off to BDU, and we will take credit for that sinking, even though she's kind of sticking out a little bit, but it will be okay. Alrighty, so we will go ahead and we will cancel the alarm, please, and thank you. And everyone can come off of their battle stations that we do not need right now. Thank you. All right, Becker, I'm gonna give you some guys to help as well. So, all right, set speed half ahead, please, and we will set course back for Ireland. Get back on a course. So there we go. 2 freighters sunk on this patrol on our way to Ireland. Not too bad. Two torpedoes fired and 2 direct hits around the bridge. I will take that all day. So we're gonna set sail back for Ireland again, and I will see you guys next time.